Hi there, Libra. Welcome to your mid-September 2018 reading. Happy birthday to all the September Libras. I know the sun is moving into Libra on the 21st, I believe, of September. And it's the beginning of a new astrological year for you guys. So I hope you're feeling very excited about that. Now, there is going to be a full moon in your 7th house of partnerships, Aries, on the 24th, 25th, and it's quite a volatile full moon for Aries to be there, and it can be quite an aggressive one. So you might be feeling a bit more anxious or on edge in your partnerships. You might be feeling a bit more suspicious. You might be feeling a bit more needy or insecure. Full moons can do that to people. They can alert us to things that we were worried about in our partnerships and our most intimate relationships, even in business and our contracts, our work and employment contracts, our dealings with other people on a partnership level. You might be feeling a little bit insecure leading up to this full moon, but yeah, you're feeling a bit trapped in your own thoughts, in your own head. You need to get out of your head, Libra. So let's see what we can get. I think some of you are dealing with a Gemini. I always say that whenever the deck splits equally. Yep, there's another air sign. It could be a Gemini, could be a fellow Libra, could be an Aquarius, or it could be your energy. We have the 7 of Cups, Queen of Wands, 6 of Wands, and the Devil. Whoosh. Okay, some of you might be 4 of Wands. Some of you might be dealing with one hell of a hangover after your birthday celebrations. Just a warning. 7 of Cups and the Devil can actually indicate a hangover in tarot. So bear that in mind. If you're thinking of drinking beyond your limits, you might be suffering for it the next day. Anyway. Yes, and celebrations are in your challenge position, so that might very much be the case for some Libras. Now, that being said, in your positive position, I can see a Queen of Wands person. Could be a fire sign, so it could be a Leo, Sagittarius, or an Aries as signs to sort of pick out here. If you're in a partnership with an Aries, bear in mind this might actually be a bit harder on you because of the full moon in their sign. So if your partner is an Aries, you might really be getting on each other's nerves. You might really be snapping at each other. And then you might have a really frank conversation and realize how much you love each other. It can go either way. There's kind of a pendulum thing about this. Everything's happening very quickly. So you're flicking into anger, then you're flicking into love, and then you're flicking into tears, and then you're flicking into passion. It seems to me sort of this very strong chemistry, actually, Libra, is one thing that I'm picking up here. Very strong. With the fire sign. Very, very intense connection. I'm going to draw 2 more cards after the Devil. The 3 of Wands and the Emperor. So yeah, some of you are definitely dealing with an Aries. Okay. So I am sort of picking up, Libra, that there may be news coming in of a move. Somebody might be moving, overseas. And somebody might be unexpectedly moving jobs. Somebody might suddenly start up their own business. Be wary, Libra, in your workplace of who you tell your ideas to. I see something very clear about somebody else taking credit for your success. Okay? On a one-to-one basis, as I said about partnerships with this full moon, in business partnerships, do be wary of giving your ideas away for free. Have everything on paper and dated if you are dealing with somebody, so that your ideas at least can be traced back to being your own. And if you're having meetings, make sure that you're putting your point across first. If you are dealing with a boss or something, make sure they're hearing it from you first. Don't tell anybody else anything else. Don't be sharing your ideas willingly in your workspace. There's no justice card here, but just I'm saying that in a work environment sense. there could be people trying to take credit for your ideas and take credit for your success. And let me see. I see that with the Six of Wands in the challenge position. Maybe you're not feeling like you're getting the credit that is due for you and your success. Venus is entering your second house, Libra. Scorpio, Libra. And this can really... Venus is a financial powerhouse itself. So when it moves into your second house, I think you could be dealing with financial matters that seem really, really good. And then Venus goes retrograde. And I'll deal with this more in October, but you may notice that people are more coming out of the shadows as being a little bit devious. You might experience it first and foremost with this full moon. You might see that some people are trying to take credit. The Knight of Swords can be known to do that. They can sort of fly in when the time suits them and then fly out again, taking credit. Okay? Because the Devil sort of suggests to me that someone might be trying to move ahead and this is not in your favour. Romantically speaking, with the Queen of Wands and the Four of Wands, I think some of you are having a very nice step up in terms of your commitment with a partner. But there's a wariness here of being too possessive or trying to exert maybe more control than is desired from the other person. Maybe thinking you're being helpful, but it's coming across as being a bit too domineering. I think there could be a need for space and a need for boundaries here, particularly with the Seven of Cups and the Queen of Wands. Now, one opportunity that I'm seeing here that I want to heed caution to is that for some of you that may already be in a relationship, the Queen of Wands can sometimes represent a third party person, and with the Three of Wands and the Devil, I can't help but think there may be somebody who is admiring you for your success, and someone who's very prone to flattery and someone who's very opportunistic. And if you're already in a relationship, this isn't the type of person you should be paying that kind of attention to. Just a warning. That can sometimes be people that are clinging on and are only there when the going is good. So be mindful of that. However, those of you that are not in that sort of situation and you are involved with someone and you're very happy, I do feel like there could be a little bit of a spanner in the works in terms of moving for work or in terms of progressing up in career. It might take you away from your partner more. There could be a long distance aspect to this. And you could be feeling a lot of insecurity and jealousy surrounding that. The Emperor asks you to think with your head rather than your heart on the situation. Are you thinking rationally, or are these fears all part of this full moon? It seems to be casting a lot of fears onto people. People are projecting their fears onto their life, and things may look more daunting than they actually are. And with the Seven of Cups, I feel like that's entirely possible. You are seeing either temptations or illusions, or everything's feeling a little bit more false, or you're worried about false people. So it's quite easy to navigate if you know how, and if you know how to do this, you can sidestep these individuals, because I do think there are a few people here that seem to be a little bit uncertain. Not in your home life. Your home life seems pretty cozy. I feel like there are people that you can rely upon, and they're typically people that have been there for longer. Don't discredit the people that have been there the longest, even if there are even if there are difficulties and disagreements around the full moon. Just bear in mind that these people are tried and tested true people. Don't be neglecting them for people that are maybe more, opportunistic. There's an opportunity here for you to progress in business, though, so I am just making you wary that if you keep your ideas to yourself and you make sure that you're protecting yourself in your work and your finance, then you should be okay. Success may be delayed for some reason, though. You might not be getting the accolades for it at the end of this month, but I do feel going into October, you're actually going to be starting to see, because it is Libra season officially, you're going to be seeing more headway. You're going to be the belle of the ball, so to speak. So this is kind of wrapping up those 12th house energies. 12th house energies with the Sun in Virgo has been what is hidden. And what is hidden could be these opportunistic people, misplaced trust, maybe with another air sign, maybe with a Gemini, maybe with an Aquarius. But I am seeing that you have people in your corner ready to fight for you. And I think you should make sure you're placing your trust in the right people. Libra is one thing I want to mention. Now, I'm going to draw one more card with the Emperor because I'm very curious. The Two of Cups. Well, that's interesting. Okay, so yeah, I did say partnerships with an Aries could be interesting. Could be a bit back and forth. For those of you that are entirely single, I feel like some of you might actually be meeting somebody who's a lot older, or dealing with somebody who's a lot older. Where there's a very, very, very strong physical attraction. I don't know how matched it is emotionally. I guess it's individual. This is just an energy coming through for the general reading, but it could be with an Aries. Could be with a Capricorn. It could be with both. There is a Three of Wands there. You might have more than one person to decide upon. I actually think some of you, and this kind of rings into the Aquarius reading, some of you might be leaving a past negative relationship for something more substantial, or in search of something more substantial. Like maybe you're finally finding your feet and you're thinking with your head and how this relationship is harming me, or how I can progress without getting hurt. That could be it. You could be moving away from the devil's toxic situation. Definitely there's something very special here about an Aries relationship, I have to say. So those of you that are watching this that are dealing with an Aries relationship, maybe you're worried. Because actually, I do think in the Aries reading, part of the problem was the hastiness, like not jumping to conclusions. And a lot of Aries have said to me in the reading, you know, don't tell an Aries not to be impulsive. And I know that. But I still have to. So maybe there is a disagreement with an Aries that went nuclear with this devil energy. And then you find that hope and reconciliation with the Two of Cups at the end. Maybe someone has jumped to conclusions about you. For the most part, I feel like your judgment could actually be pretty sound. There seems to be a need to get around a specific difficulty in love, Aries. And around difficult people, or Libra, sorry, I called you Aries, I don't mean to, Libra, but you can definitely do it. The Two of Cups, that's a really good sign. I think that's sort of a blending of peaceful energies after the turbulence. I mean, you seem to be going through this turbulence. I guess because the moon is opposing the sun in Libra, maybe that's why. This could be hitting you a bit harder. I know it's hitting the cardinal signs in general quite hard. Vesta, home. Your home situation is important, especially with the Four of Wands here. Maybe you live with an Aries. Ooh. Prosperity. The universe is pouring its abundance to you. I think that's in terms of work, you know. Being able to move forward, being able to progress up in the ranks, having opportunities. I'm going to do one more. This one wants to come out. Transformation. You're experiencing enormous change, which brings great blessings. Well, that's pretty special, Libra. Pay attention to the people that you can trust and try and sidestep the ones that you can't. This full moon is a good time to sort of lay low and just understand that the sudden impulses of those around you, which may disrupt your peace and your harmony, which means so much to a Libra person, it's only temporary. Things with the Two of Cups seem to be healing after one hell of an emotional hangover. So I hope you enjoyed that reading, Libra. I will see you in October for birthday month. Bye bye.